edge closer to Halloween, Reading are breaking away from the... As we edge closer to Halloween, it's starting to get a little bit spooky out in the Championship as breakaway leaders Reading start to open up a nice little gap. But can the chasing pack make up for lost ground this coming week, or will it be more of the same? That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction. Today we take a look at matchday number 8 out in the Championship, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, World Football related. We got it all here, boys. Under Waruski, that's right, of course. It is the build-up to Halloween. Of course, there's another game in between all this. But yes, we're going to get to of course, another Midweek Crunch Crash out in the Championship. We'll talk about that in just a second. A big shout-out to the Patreon gang. You know who you are. Respect to my brothers out there supporting the channel behind the scenes. If you want to join the illustrious VIP Blackburn Roverseas Mafia, get stuck in the old description down below and take a little look at it. And head over to patreon.com/Roverseas. Of course, let's get into it. Of course, big weekend this past weekend. Rovers coming out on top, which is always nice. But of course, Reading still leading the business. Nothing stopping them, but can they be stopped this weekend or this midweek? Rovers are up against them. We'll take a close look in just a second. Let's get into it now. Take a look at how I got on first, and then we'll take a look at how you guys got on. This is the criteria once again: 0 to 4, you're in the shit-faced gang; 5 to 9, you're in a straight-faced club; 10 plus, you're in the top banana. Guess what? There's none of those this week. So let's get into it and have a look how we all got on last round. Of course, Forest against Derby was the first game in action this past weekend, and it was 1-1 in the end. On Wycombe with a bit of a belter in the end for Derby, giving them the lead before Lard Taylor with a 64th minute equaliser. I got this one bang on the nose, lads. Bang on the pissing nose, pal. See you, by the way. There was the early game on Saturday. It was Watford 1, Bournemouth 1. That's right. Actually, went the 2-1 win for Watford. Strip Priekje on the score sheet for Watford, with Chris Mepper with the 95th minute equaliser to give Bournemouth a share of the spoils. Meanwhile, Bristol City lost to Swansea. Well. That's of course, was it a loss to Swansea? In fact, they drew. Actually, my pick's on the right. The real deal's on the left. So another draw there. 1-1 in the end. Goal scorers on the day: Jamal Lowe on the score sheet for Swansea, Naki Wells from the penalty spot to give Bristol City another point in the bag as they try to maintain their top 2 status. Meanwhile, Cardiff against Middlesbrough, guess what, was another draw. Goodness gracious me, you can't get the draws right. George Saville with the opener for Middlesbrough on the 36th minute before Sheji Ojo again on the score sheet for Cardiff. He's got quite a few goals already so far this season. I got that one wrong, folks. Of course they got Rovers right though. 4-0 win in the end. They got the right amount of goals as well. Actually went with the 3-1 win myself for Coventry, but 8-2 shabby on that one. Of course, Michael Rose got himself sent off for Coventry, made it a little bit easier for us before Adam Armstrong's couple of goals there. One for the penalty spot on the 15th minute, one on the 49th minutes to give us a 2-0 lead. And then Harvey Elliott got his first goal for Rovers. Respect. Of course, Sam Gallagher made sure of it with a 4th goal as Rovers bagged the 3 points. Next up, Millwall against Barnsley. Guess what? That was another draw. Goodness gracious me, how many draws are we knocking about this time around? Let's take a close look at this one then, shall we? Of course, Barnsley under new management. Don't even know his name. Can't really express his name. Alex Mauer gave them the lead on the 44th minute before Jake Cooper levelled just before the break. So 2 goals in the last couple of minutes in the first time. Actually, remember the 2-0 win myself for Millwall. Shame on me. Shame on me, though. Reading did come out victorious 3-0. Actually went with the 1-1 draw. The one game I went with a 1-1 draw, besides the other one. Didn't go that way. Reading, of course, continue to do what they're doing right now, and that's win games. Jaco Maita with a couple of goals there. Lucas Jauer from the penalty spot on the 93rd minute to give them another goal. And, of course, give Reading all 3 points in the end. 1-1 for me. Shame on me. Huddersfield lost to Preston 2-1 in the end. I actually went the other way in favour of Huddersfield, so I got that bad boy wrong. Preston with a big fat 3 points there. Goal scores on the day: Alan Brown got a couple of goals for Preston. Fraser Campbell opened up the scoring on the 8th minute before Naby Sarr himself sent off for Huddersfield. 2-1 in the end in favour of North End. Norwich again left it late, 2-1 win over Wycombe. I thought they were going to get a point there. I thought Wigan were on for a cheeky wee point. Goal scorers on that day: Toby Pukki on the score sheet for the 3rd minute for Norwich before Scott Kashuk equalised for Wycombe. It wasn't until the 91st minute before Mario Varanic won it for Norwich on the death there, before Adam Adar also got himself sent off. An explosive end to that game. 2-0 for me, 2-1 final score. Not bad for me. QPR though, they drew with Birmingham 0-0. Actually went with the 2-1 win for QPR. Shame on me. Sheffield Wednesday lost to Luton. Actually went with Sheffield Wednesday. Peer pressure. I would say it's peer pressure. I should just be letting to predict whatever I feel like. Because Sheffield Wednesday, they just don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. They can bloody win something. They can't blame anything. Penny Ruddock Mapanzo on the score sheet for Luton to give themselves the 3 points. Joost Van Aken get himself sent off for Sheffield Wednesday. Shame on me. And Stoke City. Bloody hell, 4-goal thriller for me, but it was a 5-goal thriller going in favour of Stoke. That's right, 3-2 in the end. Goals for Fletcher, McLean, Tyrese Campbell giving a 3-0 lead before Marcus Frost. A couple of goals there for Brentford as they try to get back into it. As you can see, they've just got 3. Absolutely terrible. Which puts me in the shit-faced gang, brothers. Shit-faced gang. This is the table as it stands, though. Reading lead the charge. Bristol City hot on the heels, though. 5 points adrift. Watford not too far away either. Bournemouth, Norwich and Swansea in the playoffs at the moment. Rovers sitting in 10th, but away for them this weekend, midweek anyway, could go as high as 4th. At the moment, Sheffield Wednesday going down, Wycombe, Derby as well. Barnsley, Coventry not too far away either. But again, all that could change, especially this week. So let's get into it then. Of course, let's take a look at how you guys got on. Of course, you see my picks terrible. The criteria just again, as you can see, you need at least 5 to get in the straight face club. Let's have a look. Here we go. Joe Turner. We'll get to you in a minute. Dennis Kennelly did poop. Joe Turner did alright. Nathan Eva, well done to you, brother, but you did gash, brother, just like me. I Hate Mania also did poop. Mr. Norwich did gash. Ivan Stringer did poop. Olagiojo, though, not too bad, brother. Not too bad indeed. Joachim Johansson, he did okay. Vincent Hong, not... Let's kick it all off then with Dennis Canelli. He did absolute gash. Joe Turner did alright. Nathan Eva, though, respect to my brother for being a patron, of course, but he did poop. I Hate Mania did gash as well. Mr. Norwich did horrible as well. Ivan Stinger did ghastly. Olagiojo, respect to my patron, of course, did very, very well. Joachim Johansson, of course, did very, very well as well. Vincent Hong did pity poop as well. Yannick Bustler did gash. Denzel Tan did also poop. Angus Bump the Warzone did ghastly as well. This fella here did absolutely terrible. Roberto Hollis also ghastly. Shepherd, well done to my Shepherd as well. Even with a 7-0 pick for Derby, he came out of the water smelling of roses. Meanwhile, Clarkoff, captain centre direction, also did very, very well. Well done, welcome to the streams, brother. Owen Armitage also did very, very well. Isaac A did poop. We Are QPR, not too shabby. Richard Dawson did bits. Nacho, or Natho, he did okay. Miniarca did poop. Harry did alright. Alex Weller did ghastly. Club Skills did ghastly. Elgin Cow, well done to you, brother, even though you did poop. Brad Pefford also ghastly. Ultra Owen Murat, not bad indeed, brother, not bad indeed. Cody Gaho, terrible, brother, but it's alright. Yeah, Mohammed Hassan did okay. Did okay. Russell Frost also killing it as well. David Keeley, not too bad. Kieran did bits. Mitchell Shone, not too bad, brother. Shane O'Donnell did ghastly. Gamer Charlie poop. Simples 976 also ghastly. And Omar Escobil, the Mexican sniper, also did poop. But who is your kingpin this week? Let's take a look at it then, shall we? Of course, coming at you thick and fast. See if your name's in there. Scrolling in there. It should be in there if you predicted it, it's in there. Your main man this week is Clarkoff, captain centre direction, alongside Joachim Yapson, Kieran, Nathan O, 344, and okay, they are your prediction kings for this week, so give them the respect that they have due, of course. But who is your main man, your daddy-o, this time around? Let's take a look at it then, shall we? Coming at you thick and fast. Ain't mucking about with your percentage rating on your right-hand side. Your kingpin is Yannick Bustler. Respect to your prediction king. Bow down, Yannick Bustler is your main man with a 44% success rate. Russell Frost, Shepherd are hot on the heels though with 42% success rate. With Dennis Canelli, Mitchell Shone, Shane O'Donnell, and Joachim Johansson, and okay, also in the chasing pack. Goodness gracious me. But that all changes, of course. Double match week this week, so it could be all different when we come around back this time next week. Anyway, heading into this, Barnsley up against QPR, of course. These two sides played each other 44 times in the past. 15 wins for Barnsley, 22 wins for QPR, and 7 draws, of course. The last 6, particularly the last 6, 3 wins for Barnsley, 2 wins for QPR, and 1 draw. Of course, last time picture there was that Loftus Road. It was a 1-0 win for Barnsley. Elliot Simoes back in lockdown in June 2020. As Barnsley came out on top with a 1-0 win. In fact, it's actually been back-to-back wins for Barnsley, as the last time picture that at Oakwell was an 8-goal thriller, of course, last year. Connor Chaplin with 3 goals, Collie Woodrow as well, and Bambo Diaby in a 5-3 win over QPR. Luke Amos with a couple of goals, and Ilias Chair on the score sheet for QPR in that defeat there. Barnsley have actually drawn the last 3 away matches. Barnsley have actually drawn the last 3 matches, both home and away in the Championship. And they've also, QPR have actually failed to score in the last 3 matches, and also failed to win the last 6 matches away in the Championship. 2 teams looking for results. A lot of draws between these 2 sides. Actually, QPR coming to this 4 draws the past 6. Same can be said for Barnsley as well. Quick look at the odds then, shall we, on this bad boy. Barnsley is 6-4 for the victory, 90-10 for QPR, 21-10 is your draw on this one. Of course, Barnsley, if they do come victorious on this one, they could go as high as 16th. Meanwhile, 16th place QPR, if they're victorious, they could go as high as 10th. That's about Blackburn in the process. I am going to go with, guess what, a victory for Barnsley. That's right, at home, new manager bounce, so maybe they can continue to drive forward up to. Of course, the game of the midweek will be at Rovers taking on Reading. Of course, got extensive coverage of this game. Got match preview on the channel already. There will not be a watch along, but I will be trying to keep up to date with the game as it takes place. Anyway, these two sides played each other 21 times in the past. 8 wins for Rovers, 5 wins for QPR, and 8 draws. Of course, the last 6 though, both home and away. See 3 wins for Reading, 2 wins for Rovers, and 1 draw. Last time played each other at Ewood was a 7-goal thriller. That's right, Brereton, Armstrong, Joe Orford, and Sam Gallagher back in lockdown as well in a 4-3 win. John Swift, Sam Baldock, and Yakun Maito on the score sheet for Reading on this one as well. Reading kept a clean sheet in the 6 of the last 7 matches at the Championship, so that is their strong suit. It is the defence up against, of course, one of the best attacks, if not the best attack at the moment in the Championship. Reading have actually won 6 of the last 7 matches as well in the Championship, whereas Blackburn actually scored at least 2 goals in their last 5 home matches against Reading in all competitions. They come into this Reading 5 wins out of 6 in all competitions. Meanwhile, Rovers just 1 win of 4. So yeah, we might be free scoring, but of course we have also not been on the best run of form. This could also turn into a decent result for us if we can get the victory under our belt. 2019 on Blackburn Rovers are your favourites for this. 123-10 is your draw, 3-1 is your away win. That is Reading. Of course, Reading will remain top of the pops no matter what goes on this weekend or this midweek. Rovers, of course, in 10th, but a win for them could go as high as 4th, depending on what goes on elsewhere. I'm going to be bold. I'm going to go with a big 2-0 win for Rovers on this one. Next up, Brentford up against Norwich. Of course, these two sides have played each other, according to my knowledge, 20 times in the past, and actually 9 wins apiece, 2 draws as well. Heading into this, the last 6 sees 2 wins for Brentford, 3 wins for Norwich, and 1 draw. Last time played each other was at in competitive action was at Brentford's old stadium. What was it called? Griffin Park. 1-1 draw in the end back in New Year's Day 2019. Julian Jevinier on the score sheet for Brentford. Timmy Closer on the score sheet for Brentford in a 1-1 draw. Norwich have actually failed to win. Norwich have actually won the last 3 matches in the Championship, whereas Brentford have actually scored at least 2 goals in the last 4 matches as well. Norwich undefeated in the last 5 away matches against Brentford in all competitions. But they come into this 3 wins on the spin. Norwich just grinding out the results, winning by just the 1 goal or 2. Meanwhile, coming into this, Brentford 3 wins of the past 6 games, drawing 1 of them and losing 2. Of course, Brentford just the other day. Norwich, though, looking solid at the moment and very composed and just doing enough to remain in the discussion. Of course, look at the odds then, shall we? 23-20 for Brentford, 11-5 is your draw, 5-2 is your away win. That is Norwich. Norwich come into this in the playoff spots at the moment, and a win for them could go as high as 2nd. Meanwhile, their opposition, Brentford, come into this 11th, and a win for them could go as high as 4th. Of course, this one's tasty, fruity, 2 German managers locking horns. I'm going to give it to Brentford to take it to the bank. Moving on, we've got Middlesbrough against Coventry, of course, in another Tony Mowbray derby, but of course, nothing Tony Mowbray not involved this time around. These two sides played each other 46 times in the past. 15 wins for Middlesbrough, 16 wins for Coventry, and 15 draws. Wow. Last 6 though sees 1 win for Middlesbrough, 2 wins for Coventry, and 3 draws. Last time played each other was at the Rico. It was a 3-1 win back in 2012. McSheffrey, Nimley, and Bates on the score sheet for Coventry. Bates was a big fat OG. Meanwhile, Scott McDonald on the score sheet for Middlesbrough. They actually had 2 men sent off on that match. However, last time played each other at the Riverside was a 1-1 draw back in August 2011. It was 1-1 draw. Marvin Emnes on the score sheet there for Middlesbrough. Lucas Jakubowicz, of course, ex-Dingle, scoring for Coventry on this one. Meanwhile, Middlesbrough are actually undefeated in their last 7 matches at home against Coventry in all competitions, whereas Coventry actually failed to win their last 5 matches this season in the Championship, or last 5 ever in the Championship, of course. Middlesbrough actually failed to win 12 of the last 13 matches at home, so this is an opportunity, but they're unbeaten in 6. They've drawn a lot of games. Wycombe picking up 2 wins and 4 draws in the process in all competitions. Meanwhile, Coventry without a win in 5. The last victory was against QPR, of course, middle of September. Quickly look at the odds then, shall we, on this bad boy? Even Stevens for Borough for the victory, 5-2 is draw, 11-4 is your away win on this one. That's Coventry. I'm going to go with a 2-0 win for Borough. Warnock will take it to the bank. Swansea against Stoke, the battle of the S's. Now these two sides have played each other 68 times in the past. 21 wins for Swansea, 27 wins for Stoke, and 20 draws. The last 6 though sees 1 win for Swansea, 5 wins for Stoke, no draws. Last time played each other was at about 3-6-5. It was a 2-0 win for Stoke back in January 2020. Clucas and McLean on the score sheet for Stokey boys. However, last time they played each other in Wales was a 2-1 win for Stoke as well. Clucas on the score sheet as well. Scotty Hogan with Andre Ayew, the one and only goal for Swansea. Heading into this, Stoke have actually kept a clean sheet in the last 3 away matches, and they also won 5 of the last 6 matches against Swansea in all competitions. Meanwhile, Swansea just won defeat the past 6. That was against Huddersfield. However, they are winless in 3. Meanwhile, Stoke unbeaten in 6 as well, picking up 4 wins and 2 draws in the process. Stoke, one of the teams to beat at the moment. Look at the odds on this one then, shall we? No odds, because it's bet 365, that's where I'm looking at my odds. Anyway, heading into Stoke are actually in 8th at the moment, and win for them could go as high as 2nd. Meanwhile, Swansea are actually in 7th, also could go as high as 2nd if they're victorious on this one. This one's tough to call. I'm going to go with a 1-0 win for Swansea on this one to take it to the bank. Next up, the battle of the W's. It is Wycombe Wanderers against Watford, of course. These two have played just 2 times in the past, and there's 2 wins for Watford on this one. Those last 2, and that last time they played was back in 2012 in the League Cup. It was a 1-0 win for Watford in extra time. Chris Iluumo on the score sheet in the 109th minute. Meanwhile, Wycombe actually lost their last 7 matches in the Championship, and they've also conceded at least 2 goals in 5 of their 6 matches as well. Coming into this, yep, terrible form for Wycombe on this one. Just scoring 1. They've scored a couple of goals in the past 6 games, but really winless or losing streak of at least 6 games. Meanwhile, Watford 3 games without a loss, just 1 loss of the past 5. Of course, that was against Reading. Of course, Rovers opposition this coming weekend. Bookies odds on this one then shall be taking place on Wednesday, I believe. No, Tuesday, sorry. It's 30-2 for Wycombe, 11-4 was draw, 2-1 on. That is Watford. Watford coming to his 3rd. A win for them could go as high as 2nd. Meanwhile, Wycombe are actually in 23rd, but a win for them will remain in 23rd. So whatever happens, they'll remain in 23rd. Yet to get a point, but will it be this Tuesday? Probably not. I'm going to go with a monstrous win for Watford in the end. A statement of intent, perhaps. Meanwhile, Preston taking on Millwall. Of course, this will be the 52nd time. The previous occasions have been 19 wins for Preston, 23 wins for Millwall, and 9 draws. Of course, the last 6 sees 2 wins apiece and 2 draws as well. Last time played at Deepdale was a 1-0 win for Millwall. That's right, back in February 2020. Sean Hutchinson on the score sheet for Millwall. Goodness gracious me. Heading into this, Preston have actually failed to score in the last 3 matches at home. They've also lost those last 3 matches as well. Coming into this, just 1 loss in the past 4 though for Preston. That was at home, and that was against Cardiff as well. Meanwhile, Millwall have just 1 loss in the past 5. That was against Swansea back at the start of October. 2-1 loss as well. Look at the odds then on Wednesday, the 28th of October. 5-4 on for Preston North End. 5-4 for Preston North End for the victory. 11-5 is draw. 9-4 is for Millwall on this one. Millwall coming to 6th. A win for them could go as high as 2nd. Preston coming to 12th. A win for them could go as high as 4th on this one. I'm going to go with Deepdale on this one. North End for the victory, and again to break that streak of winless run. Meanwhile, Bournemouth taking on Bristol City. Guess what? It's the Battle of the Bees. Of course, these 2 sides played each other 25 times in the past. 10 wins for Bristol City, 7 wins for Bournemouth, and 8 draws. The last 6 though sees nothing for Bournemouth, 2 wins for Bristol City, and 4 draws. Last time they played each other was a draw. I was in Bristol City. I was a friendly. Last time they played each other in competitive action was all the way back in 2006 in Bristol. It was a 2-2 draw. Do we have anything? Last time they played each other in competitive action in Bournemouth was a 1-0 win for Bristol City. That was all the way back in 2006 as well. September. Phil Jevons on the score sheet as well. Bournemouth have actually drawn the last 3 matches in the Championship, whereas Bristol City have actually scored at least 2 goals in the last 3 away matches as well. Bournemouth, yeah, like I said, unbeaten in 5 though, picking up 2 wins and 3 draws in the last 5 in all competitions. Meanwhile, Bristol City just 1 defeat the past 5. That was against Middlesbrough at home. Quick look at the odds then on this one, shall we? What do we have on this? Big breath on this one. We have Bournemouth 6-5 on, nailed on favourites. 12-5 is your draw. 7-2 is your away win. Bournemouth coming to his 4th. The win for them could go as high as 2nd. Meanwhile, Bristol City are actually in 2nd. The win for them could actually maintain 2nd spot. So big game this one. Battle of the Bees on this one. I'm going to go with Bournemouth to take it to the bank. Next up, of course, we have Birmingham City against Huddersfield Town. These 2 sides have played each other, how many times? 105 times in the past. 34 wins for Birmingham, 39 wins for Huddersfield, and 32 draws. The last 6 though sees 1 win for Birmingham, 2 wins for Huddersfield, and 3 draws. Last time they played each other at St Andrews was back in July 2020 in lockdown as a 3-0 win for Huddersfield. That's right, goodness gracious me. Goals, Carlin Grant, Score sheet Fraser came out, and Elish Kachunga as well in a comfortable away day victory for Huddersfield. Heading into this, Birmingham actually failed to score in the last 3 matches in the Championship, and they've also failed to win 10 of the last 11 matches at home. They come to this without a win in 6, goodness gracious me. Meanwhile, Huddersfield just 1 defeat in the past 5. That was against Preston just the past weekend. Quick look at the odds then, shall we, on this one? What do we have on this one? We have Birmingham 30-10 for the victory, 23-10 is Huddersfield. Birmingham are your favourites, 21-10 is your draw. Birmingham coming to the 17th spot on the table, a win for them could go as high as 10th. Meanwhile, Huddersfield coming to this 14th spot at the moment, a win for them could go as high as 4th. Wow. I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw in this one. I don't think Birmingham will be happy with that. I think they need to start winning games, otherwise they could be in a bit of trouble. Meanwhile, Derby taking on Cardiff, another team that needs a result. It's Derby against Cardiff. Of course, this will be the 64th time that these 2 have played. 16 wins for Derby, 29 wins for Cardiff, and 18 draws in the last. Is the form heading into this. Last 6 though sees 2 wins apiece and 2 draws. That's the pleasure that was in Wales, up 2-1 win in lockdown in favour of Cardiff. Junior Hoylett on the score sheet, Lee Tomlin as well in favour of Cardiff. Jason Knight with a 1-0 goal for Derby. However, last time played each other in Pride Park was a 1-1 draw back in September 2019. Scott Malone and Robert Glatzel on the score sheet for Cardiff. Derby have actually failed to win. Derby have actually lost their last 5 home matches in the Championship and also failed to score in the last 3 home matches as well. Cardiff have kept a clean sheet in the last 3 away matches as well. So guess what? It's going to be a nailed-on 0-0 draw. Heading into this, just 1 win in the past 6 for Derby. That was against Norwich. Of course, with a Wayne Mooney free kick. He might even be back for this one. Meanwhile, just 1 defeat the past 6 for Cardiff. That was against Reading, of course. Rovers opposition this coming weekend. Look at the odds then, shall we? 90-10 for Derby, 21-10 is your draw, 6-4 is your away win. That is Cardiff on this one. Win for Derby in 22nd spot could go as high as 16th. Meanwhile, their opposition Cardiff, win for them could go all the way up as high as 6th. That's in the top 6 playoffs bound for them. I'm going to go with a 0-0 draw, just like I called it just like I called it. Next up, Luton Town against Nottingham Forest. Again, Forest, new manager, but it's not really working out just yet. These two sides played each other 63 times in the past. 21 wins for Luton, 27 wins for Forest, and 15 draws. Goodness gracious me. The last 5, should I say, 2 wins for Luton, 3 wins for Forest, and no draws. Last time they played each other was at the City Ground. It was a 3-1 win for Forest back in January 2020. Joe Lolly with a couple of goals, Lewis Grabban as well. Harry Connick on the score sheet for Luton. However, last time they played each other in Kenilworth Road was again last season. It was a 2-1 win for Forest. So back-to-back wins for them. Actually, they won 3 on the spin, Forest, against Luton Town, stretch all the way back to 2008. Meanwhile, Forest are actually failed to win in 12 of the last 13 matches in the Championship. So, yes. Coming into this, unbeaten though in 3 games under Houghton, so that's good. Meanwhile, 2 wins in the past 4 games for Luton Town, heading into this one, of course. Quick look at the odds then, shall we? Of course, Luton are your home team. They are 9-5 for the victory, 64 for Forest, 11-5 is your draw. Forest coming to this 19th for the table, but a win for them could go as high as 16th. Meanwhile, Luton coming to this 9th, win for them could go as high as 2nd. Well, on this one, I'm going to go with a 2-1 for Forest. Chris Hughton effect will keep on moving. Next up, and finally, should we say, midweek action is between Rotherham and Sheffield Wednesday. These two sides have played each other 29 times in the past. 9 wins for Rotherham, 13 wins for Sheffield Wednesday, and 7 draws. Of course, last 6 though sees 1 win for Rotherham, 3 wins for Sheffield Wednesday, and 2 draws. Last time they played each other was at Rotherham early last season, actually, in the Calabria Cup. It was a 1-0 win for Sheffield Wednesday in Rotherham. However, the last time they played each other in the league in Rotherham was also the same year, same calendar year anyway, 2019, in February, 2-2 draw in the end, with John Taylor, Richie Tower on the score sheet for Rotherham, Fernando Forestieri and Dominic Iorfa on the score sheet as they picked up a draw. Fernando Forestieri also got saw red on the day. Rotherham failed to win their last 6 matches in the Championship, so looking very, very horrific at the moment. Picking up 3 draws in the past 5 games though. Meanwhile, just 1 win in the past 6 for Sheffield Wednesday. That was against Birmingham, of course, a couple of games back now. Look at the odds then, shall we? 11-5 for Rotherham, 21-10 is your, 30-10 is your away win. That is, of course, Sheffield Wednesday. And guess what? I'm going to go with Wednesday, despite what other people may say. I'm going to give them another victory, give them another chance to kind of convince me that they are here to stay in the Championship. That, my friends, is what I think will happen this weekend or this midweek out in the Championship, of course. And if I'm right, this is what the table will look like. Reading will still be top of the pops. Watford will move up to 2nd. Bournemouth, Swansea, Bristol City, and of course the delightful Blackburn Rovers will move into the top 6. Down the foot of the table will be Wycombe, Coventry, and Derby going down on paper, but realistically, Sheffield Wednesday still going down as it stands. That, my friends, is what I think will happen again. Be sure to get your predictions in nice and early for the Prediction League. We've got live action Prediction League. Maybe you can make a little change to the top of the table in that regard. That's it, my friends. Be sure to give the video some love and smash the thumbs up, smash subscribe, of course, if you're new videos every single day on the channel, whether it is stuff like this, FIFA, Rovers, whatever it is under one roof. So make sure you bang the thumbs up, bang subscribe to make sure you stick around. Again, if you want to support the channel in another way, check out the link down below, patreon.com/Roverseas. Forever looking for patrons. Of course, we're up to 20 right now. Love to get up to 25 before the end of the calendar year. So make sure you check that out if you want to support the channel in another way. That's the best place to do it. Until then, though, give the video some love and I'll see you all on the other side, the dark side, the spooky side, as we get closer to Halloween.